Hello everyone. Today I'm going to do a tutorial on how to add vehicles to the arms dealer for Anti-Stasi Ultimate. I will do a separate video for weapons because it is a little bit more complicated. So today we're going to stick with vehicles. This is using an existing extension, so if you don't have a working extension of your own, I'd highly recommend going back to my channel and watching the 2 other videos I have on how to make extensions. And once you're good there, you can come back here. So, like I said, we need an existing extension, and we need the things that we made the existing extension with last time. So we're going to need Visual Studio Code, we're going to need the plugins for Visual Studio Code, and we're going to need the master extender. So this is the extension that I'm going to use. If you followed my previous videos, then your add-on section probably only has core and templates. So we need to go into the master extender, and we need to go into A3UE, add-ons, and we're going to drag this ultimate folder into our template, because the ultimate folder is where the vehicles section of the arms dealer takes place. So we're going to drag right here, we're going to drag into add-ons, and now we have ultimate. But now we're going to go ahead and minimize this. So we go into ultimate, and we need to make sure that the PBO prefix and the script component underscore HP or script underscore component HPP matches our ones from template and core. So that's going to be A3UE underscore arrig mil. So I'm going to go ahead and copy that. I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to paste that into the PBO prefix and into the script component. And then we're going to go into our .json, and we need to add the ultimate folder into the client directory because we only have core and templates right now. So we're going to add a comma to a templates section. We're going to use it as the base. We're going to hit enter, add a space, and then we're going to paste it in, and we're going to change this to ultimate. And now we got core, templates, ultimate, core, templates, ultimate. So we'll hit save. That saves all the script components that we just changed. And so from there, what we're going to do is we're going to go into ultimate, we're going to go to config, and we're going to go to trader, and then trader add-ons. We're going to use this vanilla class as the base. We're just going to change it from vanilla to the modded things we're going to use. So when we are adding vehicles and such, or in weapons as well, but we're focusing more on vehicles. So what we're actually going to do right now is we're going to delete weapons, because we're not even going to focus on weapons right now. So we have our vehicles thing. So add-on base, everything must inherit from add-on base. So we never change add-on base. What we can change is the class name for this. Since we're not using vanilla stuff, we're going to change this from add-ons vanilla to add-ons MTLB, because I am going to add a big MTLB pack to the arms dealer. So we have add-ons, and then some stuff in here, and then we have vehicles, and then an equal sign. So in the add-on section, this is the CFG entry patches, and these are basically like the umbrella class names for certain items. A3 underscore weapons underscore F is the umbrella class name. This is a very simplistic way of explaining it. I don't know if this is the actual term for it, but this is how it works in my brain. The umbrella class name for all of the weapons. So all of the weapons in vanilla inherit from A3 underscore weapons underscore F, and then all of the armor inherits from that. So we're not going to use that because that's vanilla. We're going to go ahead and actually just highlight that and delete it for now. We need to be able to find the CFG entry patches. So what we do for that is we need to download advanced developer tools. And then I'd also recommend downloading ACE just to copy and paste class names a lot easier. So once we have advanced developer tools and ACE, we are going to go ahead and download or load the mods that we want to use in the arms dealer. And once we have that loaded, we'll boot up Arma and go into the editor, and we're going to place down the vehicles that we want to use. And I'll see you when I have all the vehicles placed down. All right. Now that we have the vehicles that we're going to use laid out, I'm only going to use a few to make this tutorial not that long. We have advanced developer tools enabled, so we can right-click on something, and we can find in config view. And for vehicles, it's going to be this thing right here in add-ons. This is basically the parent class name for that one vehicle. Some mod makers make like multiple different parent classes for each vehicle, other mod makers make one parent class for all of their vehicles, such as Pook with his Soviet Air Force mod. We'll spawn a couple of these real quick. So SU-22 uses Pook Sov AF as its parent class, and then the MiG-35 also uses Pook Sov as its class. So some mod makers make it easy, some mod makers make it a little complicated. So we're going to go back into our extension, and we can actually change this right here. So we're going to change this vehicles equal to vehicles MTLB. And then this is where we're going to add those parent class names. So we're going to add a couple of quotation marks. I think that's enough. So we're going to right click, find in config view, TDB MTLB main. So that's the parent class name for that one. We will paste that in. We'll go back out. We're going to go here, find in config view. This one's a different one. So we're going to take this one and we're going to paste it in there. And then we're going to go over here and look at this one. Oh, this one's under the same umbrella. So we don't need to paste the class name, the parent class name for that one. Now we go look at the BM21, find in config view. Oh, that's its own. So we're going to come up here, add it, go back in, look at the MT12. That's got its own. Go ahead and add it. And we have the S60. I'm going to go assume it's got its own. Yes, it does. So we'll go ahead and add it. So now we have all of the parent class names for these vehicles accounted for right here. And we have vehicles equal MTLB. I also want to add these jets right here. So I'm going to add a few more. And then the 30. So for this one, we're going to go here, add a new class. Remember, we always inherit from add-on base, so we're going to copy that whole thing, hit enter, and paste it in again. We're going to change this from add-ons MTLB to add-ons Pook for Pook Soviet Air Force. And then we'll do the vehicles equal from vehicles MTLB to vehicles Pook. And then we'll come over here, and we will delete out all of that because Pook is a godsend and has all of his things under one umbrella. So we'll go find in config view, Pook Sov AF, go there, and paste that. And so now we have the parent class names for Pook and the parent class names for all of the MTLBs. So what we're going to do from there is we're going to go into vehicles, trader vehicles, and we have vehicles vanilla. Unlike the add-on class where we changed the vanilla stuff, we're just going to keep vanilla as a base. We're going to copy, and we're going to come over here and hover over vehicles, and we're going to hit paste. And so now we have the copy of that. What we're going to do is click on it once, hit F2, and we're going to change this to vehicles MTLB. We still have the vanilla HPP copied, so we're going to come over here and we're going to hit paste again, come over here, and we're going to change this to Pook. So we have vehicles Pook and vehicles MTLB. So we need to then go into the vehicles underscore includes HPP, and we need to include those two. So we'll copy the vanilla as a default, enter, paste, and then we will change this to MTLB, and we will change this to Pook. So now, in vehicles MTLB, this is where we will put the vehicles that spawn in the arms dealer. So we have the parent class names, and then we'll put the actual class names for the vehicles in here. And the way that this works is we have the class name of the vehicle, how much the vehicle is going to cost, what kind of vehicle it is, and then the vehicle condition required to unlock in the arms dealer. Meaning, you know, like you need, for a helicopter, you need 1 air base, 1 mil base, and 3 factories. So, or 1 air base or 1 mil base and 3 factories. So, You could in theory change some of this to better customize it, but I leave it alone. So we go into MTLB. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 MTLBs. So what we're going to do is we're going to highlight this. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to paste that in 6 times. We're going to come here, and we're going to, just for simplicity's sake, I'm going to go one by one so we can kind of see. So this is a unarmed MTLB. So we're going to log the class name to clipboard, and we're going to replace the, we're going to double tap and replace the quad byte class name with that. Price, we're going to name it $10,000. That's going to be in the Armzilla for $10,000. And this is a unarmed vehicle. There is no section for unarmed APC, so I'm just going to use unarmed car, and we're going to paste that over armed car, and then we'll come down here into the vehicle condition and paste that in over armed car. Now we'll go back in, we'll hit right click, log classes to clipboard. This is an APC variant, so we'll make this one 15,000. We'll double tap, type in APC, because you can see APC is up here as one of the vehicle types, and then we'll make the vehicle condition APC. And then we'll come down here. This is more of an infantry fighting vehicle, but infantry fighting vehicles and APCs go in the same section under APC. It's just a large umbrella. There is no differentiating it in the arms dealer like there is in the templates when you're making your own invader or occupier. So this is APC. The next one is artillery. So we're going to log the class name here. I'll make this artillery. Oh, forgot this one's going to be 20 grand. I'll make the artillery piece 25,000. And then we're going to come up here, highlight artillery, copy it, highlight armed car, paste that in, and then go over here and get rid of armed car with artillery. Then we come over here. This is an anti-tank cannon, so we're going to make this a tank. There is no light tank like there is in the templates, so this will be tank. And then we'll change this to tank. And then we'll go, last but not least, our self-propelled AA. We'll make this one 35,000. And then AA. So there's AA, and then there's static AA. Same thing for statics that we just did for vehicles. You find the parent class name for them, you add them into your CFG trader line, and then you come into the vehicle section, because statics are considered a vehicle, and you add the static in, class name wise, price it out, and this is what statics appear as. But this is an AA piece, so we're going to do AA, and then come over here and do AA. Ooh. And then make sure we have AA highlighted, and paste in AA. So we have our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 MTLBs in there. And we're going to make sure that this class name represents that right there. So this is going to become vehicles MTLB. Just like add-ons base, we never change vehicles base. Everything must inherit from vehicles base. Same thing from the add-ons. Add-ons base. We have vehicles base and vehicles base. So we have all that. So the MTLBs are good to go. So now we're going to go into Pook, and we have 4 planes in Pook. So we're going to go here. 2, 3, 4. Come over here and change this to Pook. Vehicles underscore Pook. And then we'll come in, and I'm just going to copy each class name right now instead of going one by one like I did with the MTLBs. So we'll go SE22, MiG-35, and the 2 flankers. MiG-20 or SE22. I'll make, it's pretty old and shitty, so I'll make that 17,500. We'll make the MiG 30,000. We'll make the SE27 50, and we'll make the SE30 60,000. And then again, we're going to change it just like we did in the MTLB section. We're going to go and change this all to plane, and then change the vehicle condition to plane as well. So we have vehicles Pook, vehicles base, and then all of our items. Same thing in MTLB. You can put everything in one class. You can put all of the parent class names. I've done this and it works. But separating them, especially when they're big mods like this, is easier to debug if something goes wrong. So then you don't have to go through an entire line trying to figure it out. You can kind of split it up between two things. So that is why I did the two separate class names. You theoretically could have taken Pook and thrown that in there and had it all come from the same names. But I did it like that just to make it easier for myself if something does go wrong. So we have includes the MTLB and Pook section. We have our HPPs out there. They're all looking good. We have them in the correct sections: vehicles Pook, vehicles MTLB, vehicles Pook, vehicles MTLB, vehicles Pook, vehicles MTLB, vehicles MTLB, vehicles Pook. Okay, so we can come up here and hit save, and then what we're going to do is make sure that the JSON looks correct, which it does. We will come over here and hit Control-Shift-B or P and build. And then Control-Shift-P and build one more time. And then we'll go down to the build, and this has core, templates, and ultimate. So what we'll do from then is close out of Arma 3. We will come over here and hit more, add watch folders, add custom folders, go to the root directory where our folder is, so that's in irregular militia for me, build, irreg-mil, select, load mod. Oh, my Arma 3 crashed. I don't know why that happened. Okay. I don't know why that happened. We'll try again. Make sure we have advanced developer tools. Come over here. Add watch folder. We will stop watching it. We were going to rewatch it. Refresh. Regular militia. Build. Irreg-mil. Load. There we go. I don't know why that crashed. Okay, so I'm going to boot up Arma 3 and load up anti-Stasi. Make sure that we have anti-Stasi loaded. We do. And we'll go from there. All right, we have Arma 3 back and loaded. We're going to go ahead and host a server. Malden, because it is the smallest map. Okay, I need to make sure I was still recording. I thought I hit stop recording accidentally. Okay, so we're gonna gibberish title, create new game, make sure that we're loading that faction that has all of that information, and then we're gonna come over here to black market and loop parameters, and we're gonna change ignore black market vehicle requirements from no to yes, because we're trying to see what's in the arms dealer, and we don't want to have to capture, you know, all of the shit on the map just to see jets and tanks and whatnot. So we're going to hit start game, make sure that the faction is being loaded. It is, and we will go ahead and load the game. I always like to see if I can cross this bridge before the faction is loaded. Okay, so can we come up here? If you still have advanced developer tools, your debug menu is going to look like this. I will put this command that forces the arms dealer to spawn in. You'll come up here and you'll paste it in and you'll run it. You'll spawn the arms dealer. We are going to go find him. We're going to edit editable objects. Should be somewhere over here. He's right here. Teleport ourselves over there. That's a nice thing about Zeus Enhance. And we will go into the vehicle market. Give a sec for all of the stuff to load, because I do have RHS on top of all of this. Alright, so we'll go check the plans first, as we added 4 jets. And we scroll down and we can see our 4 jets. We have the Su-22, the MiG-35, the flanker, and the other flanker. And then we can come into tanks, make sure that M2B we added is in the tank section. And it is. Go into the APC section and see the two MCBs we added there. There they are. Artillery. There it is. And AA. There it is. So, that's really it. I mean, adding things to the arms dealer vehicle-wise is very simple. Adding things to the arms dealer weapon-wise is a lot more complicated, and that's why it's going to have its own tutorial. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know. I hope this tutorial helped you out. And I'm probably going to see you in the weapons tutorial. Thanks for watching.